positive because it was like, hey, yeah, it's not that weird to text your teachers. So again, it's not that weird to text your teachers. If you need help, reach out to us. This is yours, right? Okay, well let's condense it a little bit since you sat down. Well, right, but people see three people. Maybe stick over time. Give Nick a little bit of room. I don't know why I'm having to walk you guys through this. I'm gonna blame COVID for being like not personable with your classmates. But like, he's like late. He's trying to get himself together. Help him out. Questions on 59. Questions on this one? Obviously, one of those points doesn't quite fit. You should have a highlighter in your hand checking off correct answers. So what do you think you should do right now? Do you think sitting here doing nothing is the best option? Okay. So that's the fact that you're just like chilling. So you would get up, follow me, and you would ask me for it, and we'd walk back here together. And I would tell you, make sure you check for it first. I don't want you to waste your time doing it again. So try to find it. Oh, well, that's your problem then. It's okay. They sit back here on the back table. If you don't remember to get it, you might not get it. So that's why if it's in your plan book, and you go check your plan book, like at extensions, then you'd be like, oh, I need the math homework. Well, see, now we're starting to figure out where things are falling apart, right? So step one would be, are we using our plan book at all? And then you dig in from there, right? But that's always kind of the step one. So if I open your plan book right now, is last week's homework in there? Like, did you have it written down? So at some point, you should be using that for what do I need to do? And that would be when you notice, oh crap, I don't have this paper, right? It's like, you're not in trouble. I'm just helping you learn how you could have fixed this. And like at AO, you could have come and got it from me, right? Or like this morning.
I didn't even realize I didn't have to fix it.
You're doubling down on the wrong side of this argument. What I'm trying to tell you is you should have realized you didn't get it because you should have tried to do it. Okay, so stop arguing with me. I can teach you a piece of credit. It's okay. We just move forward and get better. That's all about life. That's the major secret. If you think you're going to turn in 60 with just answers, okay, fine. You can do it again. I don't care. But if you'd like a check on your homework, you have to have work shown. Not you have to do it manually on your paper, but what you're going to type into the calculator, I need to see. Kate.
Is the answer for D negative or positive? Because I have a negative.
It is positive, but not positive 37.8.
I got 11.8.
That sounds more right because this is negative 13. So here's my mistake. So Caden is still going to get a piece of candy because he pointed that out. So when I went to type this in my calculator, forgot to type that negative.
Excuse this interruption.
So this is wrong.
Anna Sturts to the office. Anna.
Because if I did positive 13 plus 24.8, then that would be what I got here. But if I do negative 13, this should actually come out to be 11.8. Yeah, it should actually be 11.8. I'm double checking for any other mistakes, but that should actually be 11.8. So Caden, after class, because I'll give you sugar as you leave my room. Yeah, Isaac. For D? For A? I might have made a mistake.
I got negative 35.
Nope,
I
so
got
this-
-34.
This would be 8, 16, 32, 33, 34. So this is negative 34.
That's what I got. Let's go.
And then with a
That's right.
positive 3, it should be negative 31. I make a lot of mistakes, so it's always fine to ask, like, wait a minute, did you make a mistake or did I make a mistake? And we might have both made mistakes.
Yeah, I realized that too. I had the same problem.
So if you got it wrong, just cross it out, redo it, right? Try it again. Try to avoid that mistake in the future. All right, moving down. Yeah. If you got a big gas tank, you got a big bill for your gas. Well, not really bill. You got to pay it right then, right? Normally a bill you have some time to pay. This is why, I don't know if you ever heard your parents complain about gas stations and credit cards, but when you swipe a credit card at a gas station, it puts like $100 like hold on your card. So even if you didn't get $100 of gas, they'll put a hold that like essentially says save some money to pay off the gas station. It's this weird thing.
What? I didn't know it
Yeah.
did that.
They like put a hold on your credit card
What's the
depending on the card and the bank and the whole thing. Isaac. It might have been a rounding. Like it might have been me rounding that caused. If you're like real close to that answer, it's probably rounding. Like there's probably some sort of rounding situation there. Because if I do that times 2 and then 1 more gallon, I just don't even have a calculator. There we go. So 50.28 times 2 is going to be $100.56. And plus, yeah, I still get 104.75. So I would say maybe try your math again, or you might have rounded. Which is okay if you round it and you're like slightly off. That is okay. Yes.
So, for A, I just got 4.19, but I think that's probably just 104.75 divided by 20.
So no, that is the answer for unit rate. But then I did my work for B.
Okay.
This is for B. I did my work for B up there as well.
Okay.
So like this is A. This is B. I just did them both in the same spot. And 62. Guys, if your name tent's not out, please do me that favor and get it out. Help me. I'm close. I'm getting there. But also, it's cheat sheets. Yeah, I know, but that doesn't mean that you get to play by different rules. I was about to say, you're normally over here though, aren't you? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just in a habit that I shouldn't be in because there are no CV charts.
But
Who what?
I think it does matter, but does this have to be first?
Yeah, so like X, comma, Y.
That's wrong.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
I don't know why I would have done that. That's really funny.
You don't
That's
know
the exact reason
why?
he gave me a check mark because I did a ha-ha.
Mr. Hudson.
Yeah, no, that's real funny. There had to be something in my brain. So, I'm not even trying to defend myself, but to give you some insight to maybe why, slope does y divided by x, not x divided by y. Slope is y over x. So if we were calculating the slope for A, it would be 120 divided by 2, which comes out to be 60. So like that's probably where my brain got going too fast. And like, yeah, this is wrong. Like my bad. But they should be 2 120 and 4 120. But then when we go to do the division and figure out the rate, that needs to be 120 divided by 2 or 120 divided by 4. So, like, I'm not defending my answers. They're wrong. But where my brain was probably thinking is this. Does that make sense?
I got it wrong just because I got it wrong.
If it's done, turn it in. Do not turn in 217, though. We're doing that today. Convenient. I'll show you. Here, you turn that in, and I'll hand you multiple.
I forgot
Oh, that's okay. I mean, yeah, just try to bring it tomorrow. Are you sure it's not? No, it's not over on the board. Because I just have Destiny and Wisp over there. You can grab another one if you want, or you could just get it from home tomorrow and for tonight and bring it back tomorrow. It's okay if you don't have it for the lesson, but a couple of the problems we're doing are on that. If you don't have 217, grab it from the back counter. Oh, and if you really quickly, not very many of you could do this, but if you really quickly wanted to vote for or guess the candy corns, that is on the back counter, but whenever you want. AO extensions, you got a couple weeks. We're going to give plenty of time for people to make their guesses.
I'm pretty confident in my answer.
What was your guess?
104.
104?
I'm pretty confident in 200.
I will tell you. It is not 104 exactly.
Well, yeah, I know it's not. But I did want to do an estimation thing. I'm not going to tell my secret.
Yeah. So guys, homeworks that you get back, just because we're still getting in these habits, go in the homework section. They should just be in order. So there's some of them that are done and some of them that are not.
I'm putting it back in order.
Just saying, Colin's right here. I keep going past people.
I gotta check. I gotta check.
So Nick, you gonna get out 217, or you need an individual invitation? You gonna get out 217? So we don't end up in this situation again? So that would be an AO or extensions time sort of question. Uh-oh, Keegan's in 10. You 216 or 217? Where is that? Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's okay, but I'm gonna start class. So I mean, you're gonna miss a couple things, but that's up to you. All right, real quick, I need to save this with our edits so that 3B can't get the candy. Well, I can't give away candy that much, which is not really fair that you guys are often getting the candy because of this. I went too far. All right, so on your paper, at least I believe, unless I'm crazy, so 217 should be in front of you. If you don't have it, I'm concerned that you don't have it. So, obviously the first question on here is 67, but guys, one of the things I'm trying to check on is, do you have it to be able to do your homework tonight? So, please at least check that you have it. And if you need one, get one. All right, so if I ask you without using algebra tiles, now we can, if you want to grab algebra tiles, they're over there. If you would like to get them, you may. But if I asked you, could you determine which of these is greater without using algebra tiles? I want you to work with your partner for a couple minutes and just work on A until you've determined what you can about A, and then move on to B, right? Again, this is not on this paper. I see some people trying to find this. This is not on that one. But today's lesson is all about simplifying and recording our work, right? How do we actually write it out? So if this isn't on this paper, what do you think you need out right now? Graph paper, which is an everyday thing that some of you still obviously don't believe me about. You can, if you want to use algebra tiles, grab them. But I just wanted to see if you could think about it or figure out anything before we use algebra tiles.
Nope, not that smart.
2.1.5. 0.7.
No, like the thing up there.
This is 63. If you haven't written anything down for this, make sure you at least write down the original, what they give us. If you haven't written anything down, at least write down the original. Now, where we start. Now, if we had algebra tiles, like Soph is saying, I really want to go grab algebra tiles, but I'm going to try to avoid them. We honestly, they keep spending a lot of time. Like the algebra tiles make things take longer. Just because getting them out playing with them, they're tempting. If we had algebra tiles on our desk, what was one of the first things that we were doing last week to like simplify and get rid of some stuff? Annabelle. What's one of the first things we were doing last week with the algebra tiles? Yeah, finding zero pairs, which effectively canceled things out, as we say. But really, all that was combining like terms, right? Putting the x's with x's, the ones with ones. But up here, there's something we need to do before we can do that. That last week kind of involved like dragging some things and like flipping some things over. You don't remember what caused us? I know we had a 3-day weekend. Bradley? Yeah, things that were in the opposite. So on your paper, what we need to write, either above or below, and actually sometimes I like doing them below, is draw arrows to show both the 2 and the negative x need to be flipped, right? They need to be made the opposite of what they look, because they're in the opposite area.
How do we know that's the opposite?
Because this.
But what makes that the opposite? Because it's negative. Why do you know that? We just said like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's right. You did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has every reason to call you out, so I'm just letting this happen. I'm trying to find the generic blank one, but I can't. Gosh dang it. Right when you need a link. They always disappear right when
What
you need it.
generic blank one?
All right, so for those of us that are still like, wait, why? Let's look at this. And I'm not having you get your own right this instant. So what would I need to put, and you should have this written on your paper now, what would I need to put in my real value space? What's like the first thing I need? Anyway, you guys can just shout it out.
3x and 1.
3 x's and also a positive 1. So then in the opposite space, what do we put? 2, what look like 2, right? And negative x, right? What looks like 2 and negative x, but they're in the opposite. So when we drag these up, they flip, right? So what was in the opposite looking negative, when we bring it up to its actual, that turns it into the opposite of negative x, positive x. The opposite of positive 2, negative 2. So this is going to turn into 3x negative 2. Notice I don't write minus. I put plus negative. Positive x, we said, and positive 1.
But wouldn't the
Now they will, yeah. So if we go back to what does our algebra mat or our expression mat have now, I've pushed all of it up here. And now, like Soph said, those would combine and make 0, and we just have -1 left. So yeah, with the ones, we just have -1 because this possessed smartboard. This. So -1. But then we don't just have -1. How many x's do we have? 4x. So we really have 4x and -1. Try to simplify the right side. Whoa! I don't know who said it, but I heard the beginnings of it. I heard the beginnings of the bad word. What's -5? What's -5 with a +4? -1.
Bert, please come to the Perry office. Owen, Bert.
Oh, so 4x stays 4x. Which side's greater? Oh, they're equal. These are equal. All right, are we getting the flow a little bit? Try B. Grab algebra tiles if you need them. Try B. I don't think you need them, but grab them if you do. Or even if you just want them. You don't even need them. Now, if you're just playing, though, I'm going to take them away. What's the only thing in Part B, like Part B left side, I guess we'll say, that needs us to think about it? Caden? The opposite of -3x. Right, so here in B, the opposite of -3x. Okay, well, if I had -3x in the opposite, what do they really turn into? Positive, right, when they drag over. And we could be writing out work to support that, which, of course, we're going to need to get comfortable with. So honestly, when we go to write this out, you could go ahead and do that. So we got 2x squared. -2x, guys, I would always write it negative. +6 plus 3x. Right, you could go ahead and write it positive right now. Versus, all right, keep going. Keep going. I'm not doing it for you. Is there a reason that we're writing with 2 hands? Yes. Is it a productive reason? Okay. Question? I don't know. You tell me. What did you do so far? Yeah, I don't know. So when we do the opposite of these things, what does this become? -3 and +2x squared, right? Because this and this, oh, and still 5 and still 2x, and 5 and 2x. Questions on how we got there? We're not done, but questions on how we got there. All right, talk with your neighbor. What can be combined? What can't be combined? Where do we get? You what? Talk to me. No, never mind. Talk to me. You went from dramatic to no, never mind. Get out of my face. Adele, on the left side, what could we still combine? And make? So we really have 1x. You guys have already been to that class. You know what happened over there. versus what can be combined? Liam Slingsby, what can be combined on the right side still?
We could add the 5 and the -3.
Yeah, so we still got 2x squared then, because that doesn't do anything. We've got that 2x. Question? Are you good or no? No, you gotta talk to me. You good? Okay. Okay, so what, like, what now? Yeah. Sam? Any ideas? Rin? Yeah.
Kind of going back to, I guess like basics in a way. Just looking at, you would look at your, like your tens place or your ones place. Or instead of that, we would look at, the like biggest, like.
You saying like the x squareds
Yeah.
place?
Start there.
Yeah.
See, those are the same. Okay, now you go to x's and then you go to ones.
So wait, you just said the x squareds place, if we want to call it, or like the amount of x squareds are the same. 2x squared compared to 2x. If you just had 2x squared and 2x squared, what do you know? And Rain already said it. They're the same, right? 2x squared is the same as 2x squared. So really, ignore this and ignore this. So all we really need to compare is x plus 6, right? 1x if we want to be specific, versus 2x plus 2. Okay, depends on how big x is. Bradley raised his
Why
hand.
is the 2x squared crossed out?
Because we said they're the same on both sides. Imagine a balance, right? Imagine a balance. Stick with me for a second. Imagine a balance. That one side might be heavier than the other. This side could be, or they could be equal, like we just saw. If I remove something from one side, I need to remove the same something from the other side, or now we're uneven. But since Rin said 2x squared is equal to 2x squared, drop it from both sides, and we're still in the same relationship. We're just playing with this, right? I'm not even really teaching right now. I'm just standing up here and we're just doing some stuff. Nick?
I actually feel like if you had, which one's greater really depends on x.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the thing is that it's like you can't know like which one are the x's shown here the same in both.
Yes.
sides? Okay.
So whatever x is there is the same x that is here.
Okay.
So that's a good thing to talk about, like to establish, yeah, in a problem, x is the same. Bryson, you got ideas back there? I think you're moving some stuff around. What else could we potentially, like, if I just want to, so everyone's essentially saying this problem can't be solved, but if I just want to go as far as I can, is there anything else that I could kind of get rid of from both? Because we took 2x squareds off of both. Pull your Chromebooks out. There's a reason it wasn't on the start slide, because then you all get them out and you have like very little self-control. Because it's awesome.
Our brain's just like putting it out of our minds.
I don't know. We still got 10 minutes. You probably might write something down in the next 10 minutes. I mean, if I was you, I'd keep it out. Guys, we did not get to an answer. Sometimes there isn't an answer, and sometimes we just don't quite know enough to get to the answer. But like sometimes, a couple of you said, we can't figure this out unless, and I love unless statements, right? In 217, so CC3 217,
you want to go to the 64 student e-tool. We were just grappling with 63, but there was no e-tool with that. 64 has an e-tool that, will take you to here. Work with your team. Do what we're able to do, like use the computer. Then we'll like try to write it out and do it together. But we'll come back to the importance of writing things out on Thursday. This week got a little bit weird, being a 4-day week and having a hiccup tomorrow that I don't get to teach you. Yeah, but you don't have math class, so there you go. 217, student e-tool. You're waiting at a login screen. You can go ahead and log in. So then do whatever we know we're allowed to do. And if you're stuck, ask a partner.
That's homework help. That is different than the ebook. So just open a new tab. Yeah, and if you type in the CPM ebook, it should take you pretty much right there. It's just that you've gone to the homework help more.
I did the exact same thing.
Yeah, because I'm just used to taking
Yeah, that's
For
why I'm
me,
walking
as
around
soon
and
as
double
we
checking.
open Hello ID, the first thing is CPM.
No, maybe you're getting here in a different way than I know how to get here. So that's the student help page. Okay, but that won't necessarily load you up with the e-tool that you want, like the specific e-tool. CC3. Right now we are CC3. It might be your computer, because that's not a school computer. I mean, or maybe it's just that you waited a tiny bit longer. CC3.
I didn't realize, I didn't actually realize we were doing algebra until
Shh. No one ever said that. Sometimes kids are afraid when we call it the big words. We're just playing with tiles.
chapter is it?
2.1.7. Yes.
Just call it the A word loss.
You may have done that over the weekend, like a rebatch thing. For in Schoology or in you can get to the CPM ebook alternatively. So see if CPM kept you in the right thing. I might just need to add you to my Schoology class again.
Remember that when you drag them across, you have to manually flip them. Right? Remember that when you drag it, it does not flip automatically.
Ebooks, and let's see what things show up. Yep, everything defaulted back, so we'll have to fix you again. I'm allergic to technology not working, apparently.
I thought you were about to say you were allergic to kids.
Oh, no, that would have been a big problem. All right, I need some help.
Do you really, or are you just saying that?
I mean, don't we all need a little help?
That sounds sad.
I think it's uplifting that we all get to help each other out. Sam, tell me something I can do.
You flip on the left side the X up to
So essentially, drag and flip and repeat. Drag, flip, 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 repeat. All right. Zach, what can I do?
On the left, take the positive X and the negative X and get rid of them.
Positive X, negative X, get out of here. Oh, but not the one also. What do you mean, actually?
Get rid of the one and the negative one.
Oh, so I could have taken a negative one, but I need to pair it up like that. Questions as of now. Questions right now for what we've done, the drag flip, and the zero pairs. Same thing over here. Any zero pairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three.
Nick, you with me? Because you look super distracted.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gently staring at you, but you're intensely staring over there.
Yes.
Okay. So with me. All right. Malarkey. Wait, 0 pairs. I got more.
Malarkey. A very strange term.
Malarkey?
No,
You never heard malarkey?
I have.
I heard Joe Biden.
You what?
Joe Biden.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he said that.
Yeah.
Yes. So
So on each side you can take out the X because they kind of like cancel each other out if we're trying to compare them.
take out the what?
The two X's.
Ah, the negative x. Look up here. If we are trying to preserve this relationship, we can do almost anything we want as long as we adhere to a couple of rules. And one is, if I do it on that side, I got to do it on that side or I break it, right? Like I mess it up if I don't keep things fair, right? Like balanced. So I can take anything I want off of this mat as long as I can take the same thing off of here. So can I get rid of this positive 1?
No.
No, because there are no positive 1s over here. And this, as Moss already said, you're doing algebra now. This is algebra. That's it. That's it. That's algebra. Go back to the ebook.
Algebra's not as fun as I thought it was.
Click on 65. Do 65. Do 65. It's okay. You can go and do the next one. But then, if you get to the point of 68, we can write that on our paper, though. 68 is on our paper. Actually, 67 is also.
I feel like these tabs are very small.
I mean, you can zoom in.
You can also change the size of something.
Never mind. This is all your practice work. I thought that. I was about to do that for you. That's funny. I was about to do 68 for you guys. I mean, do you want to?
No, I'm figuring out by myself.
It's part of our
Okay.
practice work. We should be able to do it.
What, Lucy, could I do here?
Oh, on the right, you could remove some of the X pairs.
Oh, yeah, because you already did drag flip, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I did.
So, those and that. Drag flip. Can I remove any 1 pairs over here?
No.
Oh, no. And then left side, drag flip.
I win.
And then you said 0 pairs. Are there any 1 0 pairs over there? No. Val, what could we do from both sides now?
Remove the 2x squared.
Oh, remove x squared from both. So get that down, get that down. Colin, what could we do now?
We can remove the 4 x's.
Yeah, 2 from both sides, right? So 2x removed from there, 2x removed from there. Minerva, what can we, wait, Minerva changed classes, right? Right, so you're in the wrong
Call
stack.
her at least 3 times.
I know, because I keep moving her card, but then somehow it gets back in this stack. This is your stack.
They can walk.
Bradley, what can I do? Nothing. Well, that's disappointing. So we're just, what did we find out? Yeah, left is greater than, right? I like the math term as opposed to saying bigger or more, right? Greater than. Left side is greater than. It's higher up the number line. That is all the time we have. My apologies. I know you want to do more math, but you got to get out of here for now.
I'll never be as great as Mr. Hudson.
No. What left might be greater, but the right side is right.
By the way, also, I'm angry now. Your science has the E word on it.
I know. I need to get up there and cover it up. I covered up the 1.